A PG-13 movie that was filmed to be rated R. This should be fun. So Expendables 3 stars a whole bunch of people, but it mainly stars Sylvester Stallone and Mel Gibson. Sylvester Stallone being our main protagonist, while Mel Gibson being our really bad guy antagonist. And it's the third movie in the Expendables franchise. Expendables 1 I really don't care for. Expendables 2 was a really good movie, and now Expendables 3 is just an average action movie now. Now what made Expendables 1 and Expendables 2 really okay movies, being that Expendables 1 was okay and being Expendables 2 was alright, so I'm just going to compare it to Expendables 2 since that is the better one in the franchise. What made Expendables 2 so good was all the throwback one-liners. You had the throwbacks to Bruce Willis, you had the throwbacks to Arnold Schwarzenegger, Van Damme said a throwback line, Sylvester Stallone gave us some throwback line. It was a whole bunch of throwbacks in that movie. Plus the blood, the rated R, it just felt like an 80s action movie. And this one is just, yeah. This. First of all, the movie gets really drawn out long and boring in the middle half, basically. Like in the middle, it just starts to get really boring. Nothing's happening. He gets rid of his old crew so he can find a younger crew, a crew that we really don't care about, a crew filled with MMA fighters and that guy that was in the Legend of Hercules. Yeah, Kellen Lutz, I think that's his name. He's in this movie and he's as terrible as he is in every other thing. And then there's this line at the end of the movie, well, maybe you should give me the team. I was like, if you give this movie franchise to this dude, I will I don't know. I go insane. But in that, the movie just fails on a lot of occasions. It looks like it was filmed to be rated R, but it was like, no. Take out all the blood splatters. Take out all the one-liners that probably had the cuss words in it. Take out all of that and just give us this generic-ass action movie, and that's all it is. It's just as cliche as a big action movie can be. It has this scene here. You know, the beginning is going to have an action sequence. Then the middle is going to have, you know, filler and talking boring shit. And then it's going to have a really long action scene at the end. And Mel Gibson is the bad guy. I think is the really only redeemable quality about this movie. Mel Gibson did a really good job at being the bad guy. He was the really most attainable thing that I can have in the movie. The rest of the cast, I really didn't care. Why would you get rid of the old folks for the new folks when the new folks you just don't care about? I don't understand that. All in all, Expendables 3, it was okay. It was boring. It wasn't all that great. The end action sequence was fun, but it is kind of standard action shit, and I really just didn't dig it. It ended the same way the last movie ended. So I'm just gonna have to give Expendables 3 a C-. Yes, it does have some entertaining factors about it. Mel Gibson really saves this movie, and that's all I can say. So Expendables 3, have you seen it, and what did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. I'm Michael Woods, and you've just been off the grid.